All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's training. I'm Bart Kotter, and I'm excited to share with you about ASEA's incredible compensation plan. I'm really excited to share this with you because this is where we get rewarded for our efforts, our time. This is why we do what we do, so that we can, of course, help people, but also to be compensated for our time and effort. The one thing I love about ASEA's compensation plan is it's a hybrid compensation plan. So it's a binary plan, but it's also, we get paid other ways too. In fact, there's 7 ways that we get paid. So we're going to run through a lot of information fairly quickly here. So buckle your seatbelt and let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully we'll be able to answer your questions. The thing as we go through this, I want you to understand that you don't need to be an expert on the compensation plan to build a successful business. I'm not a highly analytical person. I don't sit there and scrutinize every little piece of the compensation plan in the beginning. The most important thing is to have a general understanding and then learn as you go. Obviously, you want to know what you need to do to hit the next level. And it's good to have a general understanding of the higher levels in the compensation so that you can structure your business accordingly. So yeah, seriously, you don't need to be an expert. You don't have to don't get hung up by feeling like you need to know everything and know it inside and out. The process is, learn the compensation plan as you're building the business. And that really is the key thing. Just get to work, talk to people. You'll see how it unfolds. You'll see how you're rewarded. Again, the basics of understanding a few things, the fast start bonus and things that we're going to go through. So here's the key thing. The number one secret to building a successful ASEA business, to have that incredible residual income, that lifestyle income that many of you want to create, is it's not a matter of what works, it's a matter of what duplicates. So we want to learn the basics of the compensation plan, help people to get a check as quickly as possible to help them get started, and then duplicate that throughout our organization. That's the beauty of network marketing. That's where we don't have a job, but we create the legacy and the residual income. So guess what? This is modeled after a training video that was a corporate training that was done by Justin Wilson, and also some slides with the help of BK, an amazing associate in Singapore. So thank you, BK. Now, the most important thing is you want to know I like to think of this as start with the end in mind. What is it that you want to accomplish with your ASEA business? My goal is my advice is to dream big. Start with the end in mind. I remember when I first got started in network marketing, my mentor, a gentleman who ended up being my mentor for many years, he said, in fact, I remember at the time he was making $62,000 a month. And I thought, man, I couldn't even imagine earning that kind of money. But I remember something he told me. He says, there's more important things to worry about than lousy bills. There's more important things to worry about than lousy bills. If you can earn more, you can make a difference, you can help more. And I just, he really helped me to expand my thinking and my vision for what could be created. And it truly is remarkable. So, shoot for this, shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, shoot big. And we're going to show you here tonight on how to go diamond, double, triple diamond, and beyond. And you can see here from the incomes where the monthly average incomes are at these various levels. So ASEA has paid out well over $258 million to associates. Actually, this slide is somewhat dated since that figure. So you can see that a lot of people have been paid extremely well through ASEA. ASEA wants to pay you well. They want to pay you for your time and effort and what you put into this. So let's just take a look at some of these averages. Even at the director level, the average director is going to pick up $441 a month if they qualify every month at the director level, or excuse me, every week at the director level. So it can be significant. At the bronze level, how much would make a significant difference? What amount would change your life, the quality of your life? So many families that's, I've heard it said that an extra $500 a month would would fix most relationships to where they wouldn't go through a divorce when you look at the stress that money can cause. Zig Ziglar says money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. And so, like I said, there is more important things to worry about than lousy bills. So let's get after it and let's build something amazing so that you don't have that, but you can get well beyond that, and even the lifestyle that can be created. The average diamond, and by the way, all these figures are in U.S. dollars. Okay, so if you're in Australia or if you're in another country, you would just convert that according to whatever currency that you're looking at. So, hey, an extra $15,000-$16,000 a month or more, that could be that's you're talking some serious game changer income. And then into the ambassador ranks and above, there's people earning well above $100,000 a month with their ASEA businesses. So the sky is the limit. I encourage you to dream big, think big, because the bigger your vision is, the easier it is for other people to become a part of it. Truly, people want to be on a train that's going somewhere. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. It's the vision of what you want to create and where you're going. So, so my advice, definitely dream big, think big, and go for it, because that creates excitement. It creates momentum. Also, of course, with that said, some people just want to earn a few extra $100, and that's perfectly okay too. It's whatever is right for you. We're going to go through the eight ways that we get paid. Like I said, we'll move fairly quickly through this tonight, but we're going to kind of break this down as well. We want to go into the fast start profits, how you earn money straight away, and then we're also going to talk about residual income. This is exciting. This is where all of a sudden you start getting paid on a residual on a monthly basis for the efforts and the time that you put in. And then the exciting part is legacy income. This is literally where you can where you've got a business that is generating an income, whether you're proactive or not. It's kind of exciting to be on a holiday, take a few weeks off and actually get a pay raise, or realize that your business is solid. It's growing even without you, whatever you're doing, because you've got strong leaders in place and you're participating in some of the global incentives, like the Diamond Pool, for example. We'll talk about that. So let's, one thing that's really cool to understand, compensation plans. There's a lot of companies I've heard that will say, oh, they pay up to X amount, whatever that amount might be. And if a company says, oh, we pay up to 60%, let's say, well, what are they really paying out to associates? Because a lot of the volume in other compensation plans ends up breaking away and going back to the company. Now, ASEA is committed to paying 50%, a full, not up to, but a full 50% of the global volume is paid to associates. This is very cool, and it's very exciting, and it's extremely generous as well. So for ASEA's 50%, what do? They manufacture the products. They hire the staff. They deal with the regulation stuff. They provide incentives for us and things like conventions, which are very expensive, by the way. They do all those things, the research and development, all those things that probably you or I don't really want to do. We get to do the exciting thing, which is to go out and talk with people. We get to go out and make a difference and get this product out on people. And that, to me, is the beauty of network marketing. And so this is a very generous compensation plan. The other thing that's exciting is we actually get paid weekly. Some plans, people get paid monthly, and that can kind of clog up. People will sandbag their volume until the beginning of the next month, for example, to get things going. But with this, there's no reason to hold up. It really creates the momentum in your business. People can get paid very quickly for their efforts, their time and efforts. So it helps you to build your business more rapidly. And ASEA has paid every single week without a single delay. In the 6 years that I've been involved with ASEA, they've never been a day late, and that's pretty cool. Commissions are paid based on product volume, what we call PV. So, for example, a case of ASEA is 100 PV. Okay, it's 100 points, personal volume. Let's see, the Renew Advanced Skincare pack, that's 150 PV. And the three products here of the source, of ASEA Via, the Life Max, Biome, and and sourced, this would be 115 PV. So that just gives you an idea as we go through the numbers. Those are some examples that we can use as a reference. So 100 PV each month includes, this is important. One of the most important things in your business is to make sure that you're personally qualified with 100 personal volume points. That makes it eligible for you to be able to reap the benefits of the commissions. You just need to be active. So the first rule of being involved or selling or marketing anything is to be a product of your product. So I think that that's really important as you're sharing this, to make sure that you're passionate and using the products yourself. So if someone says, oh, I can't afford to be on the products, things are really tight. Well, that's all the more reason to go out and build the business. That's the reason to do this, is to create that income to pay for your own products, but well and truly beyond that too. So being active, the easiest way to be active is through auto ship. Now this is the meat and potatoes of our business. This is the foundation, is auto ship. So again, you want to lead by example. And what this does, there's all sorts of benefits of being on auto ship. Certainly on auto ship, you can take advantage of the loyalty rewards program, where you'll end up getting literally thousands of dollars worth of free product. We've benefited from that, and over time that increases. But the other thing, you don't have to even worry about you're running out of product, because it just shows up about the time that you should be done. And you can adjust that at any time. So auto ship is the way to go. And this is what you want to make sure that you help your associates to get started right, to be on auto ship right from the beginning. I already mentioned the LRP, which is the loyalty reward program. This is fantastic. This ASEA wants to reward your loyalty and your new associates as you bring them in. They want to give them literally points toward free product, and this is going to encourage them. And I want you to make sure that you get familiar with that. Look at the widget in the back office and learn about the loyalty reward points, because that will actually increase up to 20% every single order for products that are ordered through the auto ship. So starts off depending at different levels, depending on how people start with their business. Now this 100 points, the only exception to that would be Thailand and the Philippines, and that would be 50 points to remain active. So they've adjusted for those markets because of the socioeconomic situations there. And all the magic begins at being active, as I mentioned. So that is absolutely essential, is to make sure that that you help your associates, and you, of course, personally are doing 100 points a month. Now, I mentioned this before, all the dollars are in US dollars as we're talking about commissions, or as we're talking about price points and so forth. So just kind of keep that in mind. So the first way to earn money is retail sales. Now we're going to show some different ways that people can do this, and depending on what your style is, what you choose to do, you can retail the product. Personally, I usually help people. My personal goal is I want to create duplication throughout our business, and so I would typically show people how to get started with their own business. Or maybe even be a preferred customer if they're willing to refer that to other people. Some people that may be physicians or health practitioners of some sort, they may have more of a retail aspect or outlet for the products. But as an associate, you can absolutely retail the products. And here's how that works. So you get paid the difference between wholesale and retail. So that's pretty straightforward. To do this, you can, let's just say, for example, if you've got 3 people and they're ordering, let's say, a case of ASEA, and that's shipped to them, you help to get them started, and the retail price is 25% above the retail. So a case of ASEA is $130 in the US, plus 25%, $160 for a case of ASEA retail. That would be pretty much the same for a case of Renew 28. So that would be retail $140 or $480. The wholesale is $390. And guess what? That difference of $90 would be sent to you the next week. So it's pretty cool how that works. Don't even have to think about it. That gets paid to your smart wallet. So the retail sales weekly, the average would be maybe $50 a week in commissions, and the top earners could be earning $1,000 or even more if they if they've got some good retail sales and focus that way as well. Now, about retail sales, let me just go over a couple bullet points. You've got your own personal website. It would be what your registered, login name would be .myasialive.com, and that would take them right to a page where they can learn more about the products, or they could choose to buy the products right there. So just make sure that you're familiar with your website. Also, the difference is paid to you each week, as I mentioned. This counts toward your personal volume. So when someone does place an order, that counts as your personal volume. Now, how that works is the first 200 points would go to your personal account, could help you, for example, even with qualifying you or qualifying your business. But then any remaining points over 200 would actually go to the bottom of your lesser leg. So that can actually help to support your entire team as well, or at least the team on wherever your lesser volume is. So here's an example of this. Let's say that you had 5 customers that purchased 100 points each. Let's say a case of ASEA, that would be 500 points. The first 200 points would go to your personal volume, and the remaining 300 points would go to the bottom of whichever is your lesser leg. Let's say it's your left leg, and that has the lesser volume. It would just count toward the bottom of that lesser leg. Now, let's move on to the second way to earn money, and that would be preferred customers. Now, preferred customers is kind of exciting because they actually have the opportunity to get the product wholesale instead of retail. Now, a preferred customer, they do need to set up a monthly auto ship. So that's pretty good because you know that that's going to be an order that comes through each and every month. Because if they want to get that benefit, they'll need to make sure that they are set up with an auto ship. Otherwise, it reverts to a retail customer. Now, for each case of ASEA, you're going to pick up actually $25. So it is a nice incentive in terms of the commission there. Now, the one thing that is different is the volume is less. So instead of 100 points for a case of ASEA, it actually counts as 50 points in your compensation tree. So that's probably the main difference to realize on that. So let's say someone comes in with a case of ASEA, that would be 50 points that would count toward your business. Now, here's an example of that. Let's say that you have 5 customers, actually 6 in this case. Let's say that you have 6 customers that are preferred customers. They each are ordering, let's say, a case of Renew 28. Be the same if it was a case of ASEA. It'd be 4 tubes of Renew 28 as a case. That would be $150 in commission in January, again in February, March, April, May, and June. That add up to a nice little commission. So the average preferred customer bonus would be maybe $50 a week that you could earn, and some people through their preferred customer bonuses can earn $1,000 or perhaps even more. So it's that's the second way that we get paid. Now, a few little bullet points about this would be preferred customers must be on auto ship. They revert to, or otherwise they revert to retail. Preferred customers earn loyalty reward points just like associates do. So that's pretty cool. So they've got the incentive to stay loyal, to stay on the product, to stay on those commissions. Also, one case of redox is 100 points, but with a preferred customer, it counts as 50 points. And let's see, this also counts towards your personal volume. Let's see, counts towards your personal volume note, which is not commissionable volume. So the commissionable volume is just a little bit different. Let's see, any remaining volume will be added to the lesser leg. We covered that. And the other important thing to realize about preferred customers is they do not have a position in the compensation plan. So they don't have a position in the tree. That's the exciting part. And that's why typically I encourage people to become associates. Now, let's talk about fast start bonuses. Fast start is actually where you really start earning some money that I think is pretty exciting. And by the way, this is at the time of enrollment. So this is a one-time fast start commission. It's paid, as I mentioned, at the time that someone enrolls. And here are some examples of packs. We've got, think of it this way: good, better, and best. I like to think of it as setting people up for success. If you're going to start a business, you want to invest in that business and you want to have some products to use, to demonstrate, and to sell. So typically, if someone really wanted to build a business with this, I would encourage them to come in with a, let's say, an entrepreneur pack. Any accumulation of products on your initial order over 800 points actually counts as an entrepreneur pack, but they'll give you some options there that you can choose from. A business pack is anything between 400 and 800 points, and personal volume pack is 150 points. Now, here's the thing: you pick up 20% of the commissionable volume on an entrepreneur pack up to 1,000 points. So let's say this entrepreneur pack is 1,015 points. You would get 20%, which is 200 US dollars. Okay, so again, if we're talking Australian dollars or something like that, it would be about approximately 40% higher. Now, the other thing you can see, let's say 400 personal or 400 points on a business pack, that would be 80 commissionable dollars. In a personal pack, you'd pick up 30. So let's look at an example. Let's say you've got 4 brand new associates that you brought in, and let's say that they all came in with a business pack, 400 points. That would be 80 commissionable dollars. That would be a bonus of $80 per associate. And let's just break that down. That would be 320 US dollars in commissions. So on those 3 associates. So pretty cool. So in terms of fast start bonuses, the average fast start bonus is be about $100, and top earners can easily be earning $1,500 through, if they're enrolling people and they're coming in with business and entrepreneur packs and so forth. You can see that really is a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win. It's a win-win for the person who's enrolling, because they're getting the best benefit and the best price and the best incentives and setting their business up. But also for the person who is the sponsor, it also encourages them to help someone get started with a little more product too. So it's just a good way to get going. All right, about Fast Start bonus. Here's a couple things. Don't be confused with Fast Forward. That's an incentive program that ASEA compensates you for enrolling 4 people very quickly. You can find the widget that explains that in the back office, in your virtual office. And also the Fast Forward is an incentive. The Fast Forward is an incentive scheme. So anyway, that Fast Forward is, as I mentioned, it's in the back office, and that's to help people to get their businesses going fairly quickly. So the Fast Start is paid once to active associates. So it's just paid at the first time. It's capped at 1,000 points, which it would be 200 US dollars per enrollment in that case. So let's look at the next way that we get paid, and that is the director's bonus. Now, the thing that's exciting about the director's bonus is this really encourages people to get started very, very quickly, because there is an additional little bonus for people to get started and talk to people right away. So rather than have people procrastinate, and I want to learn a little more, I need to, hey, let's go talk to some people. Let's go ahead and get started. Who do you know that needs to know about this product, this technology? And let me explain this. So you actually have 14 days to achieve this director's bonus. And what that actually means is, let's take a look at it. It's an extra 50 US dollars. So that's above and beyond any of the other commissions. It's just an incentive in the first 2 weeks and the first full 14 days, commissionable weeks. So let's look at this. As I mentioned, we've got a binary plan. That means that we build a left and a right leg. So to be a director, you need to be active personally, which means you're at least 100 points, that you're a product of the product, as we talked about. The second thing is you need to make sure that you've sponsored 2 people, one on the left, one on the right. In terms of placement, you don't have to worry about that. The computer will do that automatically for you. But when you've signed up 2 people who are active with at least 100-point volume, then you are a director. Now, if you do that, let's see. So let's just take a look at that. You can earn a fast start bonus for each of the two associates that you sponsor. So here's the fast start bonus, the minimum of at least 40 bucks. That would be two people coming in with one case, or a maximum of 400 if, let's say, two people came in with 1,000 points worth of product. So that's one way that you would get paid on that director's bonus. And then to let you know that the people who do achieve the director's bonus are 13 times more likely to achieve bronze in their ASEA career, and they're 15 times more likely to achieve diamond. So it's kind of interesting to see, what is it that leaders do? How do they start their business? How do they get going? Do they procrastinate, or do they get started straight away? So this is a fun little thing to show people. Now, this is the point I wanted to get to. You have to you have two full commissionable periods to achieve this. So I said it's really within your first 2 weeks, but the reality is it's within your first two full commissionable volume weeks. And I'll explain that a little more here in a second. So the best way to think of this is, we get paid, the week begins, or let's say the week ends at midnight Eastern Standard Time in the United States. And once that ticks over to the next minute, so we're into Saturday at 12:01 a.m., you're into a brand new week. So if you sponsored someone on Wednesday, those extra days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, would be bonus days for that 2-week period. So just keep in mind that that's so it's 2 full weeks plus the extra time that they had on the additional weeks. So the next thing we get to talk about are team commissions. Now, team commissions are exciting because because we are building two legs, and it's kind of like thinking of it a little bit like a game. You've got your left and your right leg. So let's take a look at this. Let's see, we've got there you go, your left leg and your right leg. So what's going to happen is the computer will automatically put the first person in on your team leg. So let's say if you're on the left side of your sponsor above you, that would be the team leg, the left, and then you build your inside leg. If you were on the right side of your sponsor, then your team leg would be the right side. So again, you don't have to worry about that. The computer takes care of all that for you. Probably didn't even need to bring it up, but that's how that works. But let's look at team commissions. Team commissions, let's say, for example, that you've got 6,000 points on the left side, and you've got 5,000 points on the right-hand side of your business. So remember, 100 points is a case of ASEA. So this would be 60 cases on the left, 50 cases of ASEA on the right, if we broke it down that way. What's going to happen is ASEA is going to pay you 10% of the lesser leg. So the lesser leg here is 5,000. So if we zeroed that out, well, 10% of 5,000 is $500, 500 US dollars. Now, you've gotten paid on that 5,000 points. So what that means is that's going to go to zero, as you can see. And on the left side, if we subtract 5,000 from the 6,000, that leaves a carryover balance of 1,000 points. That's like equity that will roll over into the next week. So that will accumulate so long as you stay active. And each week that will roll out. So let's see, my little clicker stopped for some reason. So let me just click through this. Okay, here we are. Now you can actually earn, just through the team commissions, you can earn $10,000 per week. It maxes out at 10,000. So so if 10,000 is a week is something that you could live on, or you wouldn't mind an extra 10,000, just say aye. It can make a real difference. So that's pretty cool, because as you built your business, that volume is typically through the auto ship is residual income. That's where you're starting to earn the residual income, which we talked about before, which is very, very exciting. So the computer will automatically place people on the outside of your left or your right leg of your business as you're looking at placement, just as I mentioned. So team commissions, the average would be about $200 per week, and top earners are earning $10,000 a week. So that is a very cool part of the compensation plan. Now, here's a couple things about team commission. All your volume, let's see, all volume under your left or right team counts as commissionable volume. It doesn't matter who brought in that volume. So that's pretty exciting. So let's say, for example, some people really have the added benefit of spillover. Maybe their sponsor or several people above them have sponsored someone down underneath one of those legs. Well, that still counts, even though you didn't even personally bring that person in, or someone in your team, in your personal sponsor team didn't. Or let's say you sponsored John and he sponsored Sue, who sponsored, Fred. All that volume counts. It doesn't matter who brought those people in. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now it's capped out at $10,000 a week, and it's actually capped out at some of the different levels. So mentioned at Triple Diamond, it caps out at $10,000 a week. If you're, let's say, a platinum, that those team commissions will cap out at, let's say, 4,000. That'll give you a good idea. Now, I'd like to just take a minute and give you some guidelines in terms of making sure that you sort of have an idea of what you need to create these residual incomes. So if we were to look at the company statistics and the company averages, the average bronze level associate is earning an average of about over $2,000 a month. Okay, again, that's in US dollars. And they have personally sponsored somewhere between 20 and 24 people personally. Okay, they'll have, of course, be working with their team to bring in more people, but that would be about they'd have about 120 to 130 people on each one of their legs. So the people that they've brought in, they've helped their people sponsor people and so forth. So they would also be moving about 20 cases worth of product on both sides of their business. So to go bronze, it counts as 2,000 points on your left side, 2,000 points on your right side. 100 points per case is 20 cases. Now, also a healthy bronze, someone who's really actively building their bronze and qualifying each week, moving toward silver, gold, platinum, and diamond, should be enrolling 5 new enrollments a week on each side of their business. So that's a way to engage how you're growing your team. A silver level associate average is about 3,600 a month, or excuse me, about 3,600 a month. And they would have about 180 people on each side of their business, moving about 30 cases worth of product or more on each side. And a silver associate should be creating more duplication as they're building, and should shoot for having 7 new associates on each side of their business growing. Gold, you can see the difference here. About 10 new enrollments each week on the left and the right, 50 cases of product, and about 300 people in their team on the left and right. So these are just guidelines, by the way. Sometimes people have one leg that just really blows out because they've got so much excitement going. And so you might need to focus on the other leg. It's just a matter of looking and playing the game of building your business. Here's the statistics for platinum, and here are the statistics for diamond. Okay, so the average diamond is enrolled about 50 people. Some people have done that with less, and some people more. But as an average, to achieve diamond, you want to continue to sponsor at the diamond level. But these are the statistics. All right, compensation plan. Let's take a look at what we have covered. We have covered the retail, the preferred customer, fast start bonus, director's bonus, and team commissions. And that is all the stuff on how you get paid fairly quickly. And what we're going to talk about now is some residual income. So one thing that's really exciting that ASEA has set up is one thing they've set up is an executive momentum pool. Now, I love this because it really helps people that really can even make a transition from maybe part-time to full-time. This is an opportunity to participate in a percentage of the global sales. Literally, you can get a percentage of all of the volume that happens everywhere. And what that also does is it creates synergy, because you want people in Germany and in Switzerland and the US and Canada to grow and build their business, because you actually get a little piece of what they all do too. So it's kind of fun how we all work together to reap the rewards of this. Now, the executive momentum pool is really exciting because it's paid out over a period of time. Again, it's an incentive to really help you to stabilize your business and encourages you to move to the next level from bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Now, the bronze pool goes for 12 weeks, silver goes for 16, the gold pool goes for 20 weeks, and the platinum pool goes for an additional 20. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so the total is 72 weeks, and it's 2% of the global sales. So literally 2% of all the sales globally go through this program, and it's paid out every 4 weeks based on a published calendar. So that's how that works. So let's take a little closer look at it. Let's dive in and have a peek how this works. So let's take a look first at what it takes to unlock these. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand is that the 2%, the percentage that you receive of the global sales, is based on your personal group volume, 3 levels in depth. It's what we call PGV3. Okay, so those first 3 people are the 3 people that you've sponsored, for example. The 7 people underneath them would be the people that those 3 people have sponsored. And then the 3rd level is the people that they've sponsored as well. So see, it does track things 2 different ways. And I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment here. But here's the thing. When you participate in the EMP, the Executive Momentum Pool, you receive 50% of that PGV3, that personal group volume, 3 levels in depth. It increases to 60% at silver, 75% at gold, and you participate in 100% of your shares at the platinum level of that PGV3. So let's take a look at it. So let's say, for example, at the bronze level, bronze, you need 2,000 points to qualify at bronze on the left and the right. So let's say that 2,000 of those points are part of your personal group volume in that first 3 levels. So you take 50% of that volume, 50% of 2,000 is 1,000. That is 1,000 shares into the executive momentum pool. Now the gold level, 6,000 points. Let's say you have 6,000 points, 75% of that equals 4,500 shares that participate in that pool. Okay. Now let's take a look at how to unlock this. The first thing that you need to do to unlock these commissions as part of the game is you need to qualify at the bronze level 2 times consecutively. Once you've qualified, that unlocks this pool, and it's eligible for 12 weeks. So silver, you need to qualify there for 2 weeks, and then that unlocks that for the next 16 weeks. You're eligible for the silver pool bonus. Same thing, 2 weeks qualified consecutively at gold. That unlocks 20 weeks at the gold level and 2 weeks consecutively at platinum, and that unlocks the platinum pool. So that's how that works. Now let me give you an example of this. And if you don't understand every little bit of this, don't worry about it. I just want you to have a general understanding. The thing that you probably should pay attention to is to realize it's good to go wide. It's good to sponsor as many people as you can, and initially, because you want to have that PGV3, that personal group 3 levels in depth, as big as you can, because that's where you're going to maximize your percentage in this. So you definitely do want to, hit the ground running. You want to sponsor as many people as you can to reap the best benefits. So let's say, for example, what happens if you qualify 2 times in a row at silver before you finish going the 12 weeks through the bronze pool? Well, guess what? You're not going to be penalized at all. It'll actually unlock the silver pool bonus. You'll actually get silver commissions even while you're still in the bronze pool. Let's say if you miss a little bit of time in between, That's okay. You've completed the silver pool. You haven't hit gold yet. You just hit gold 2 weeks in a row, and that's going to activate and unlock the gold pool. And then you can see same thing with the platinum pool. So here's another example of this. Let's say, for example, that you've qualified, you've hit bronze. The next week, you've hit bronze again, you've unlocked the pool, and you get paid on that second week in the bronze pool. So let's say the next week, week number 2 of this 16-week period, you don't qualify at the bronze level. Let's say that you qualify at Director 700, but you simply don't get the commission, the executive momentum pool commission that week. You would forfeit your commissions in this pool that week. But let's say week 3, you brought it back up, you qualified, and you continue to qualify. But let's say on week 8, you actually did qualify at the silver level. So you're out talking with people, things are happening, and you qualify for the silver level. Again, on week 9, guess what? You've just unlocked the silver level commissions, and you're going to get paid the silver level commissions during the time that you're in the bronze pool. So that's pretty cool. And then once you hit the bronze or the silver pool, the 16 weeks, you would continue to get paid. Now, let's say that you fall back and week number 3 in the bronze pool, you only achieve, you're a silver level associate, but you only achieve bronze. You would forfeit your commissions in this pool for that particular week because you've already been paid through the bronze 12 weeks. But as you continue to qualify, you'll continue to get paid. So that's how that works. Now, the executive momentum pool, the average would be around 1,000. And there's people who have earned, that are earning 10,000 and actually, and more. It can be a very generous pool. So this executive momentum pool can be very, very exciting. So again, just to summarize a couple points, you need to hit that rank 2 times in a row to unlock this. And the reason for that is to protect you. So you don't just have some bubble rank and then drop back down, and then you miss out on, you've activated that pool, but you're not getting paid in it because maybe it wasn't a solid rank at the time. So this is actually a good thing to help protect you, to make sure that you qualify 2 weeks in a row. So make sure that you open that when you're actually ready, when your organization is solid enough that you can qualify pretty much every week. Then again, we only grow under pressure. So when you open that up, it does apply some pressure. I remember when we had activated the platinum pool, there were a couple weeks that we qualified at the gold level, and ouch, that hurt because we were missing out on some serious commissions. So it is exciting. Kind of think of it as a game, but definitely open that when you're ready. If you have questions about that, check with your upline, your sponsor, if you're on the verge of qualifying for that. Now, check match. Let's talk about check match for a second. I like check match because ASEA actually wants of course, we want our team, the people that we bring in, to be successful, but ASEA incentivizes us to for that purpose as well, because they actually want to give you a piece of the commission of your downline team. So I want you to understand that ASEA tracks things 2 different ways. They track the team commission, the left and the right leg, as we talked about, but they also will, they have a personal sponsorship tree. So let's say, for example, the ones in the blue are people that you personally sponsored, and you can see how they would be sponsored on the left and the right. And then the people that they bring in are sponsored. We start filling up the tree this way. So on the right, the personal sponsorship tree, you can see first level, second level, third level. And then on the left, you can see how they just can fit into the downline tree a little bit more. So let's just take a look at you. This is important when it comes to team commissions, because you're actually paid up to 7 generations in your personal sponsorship tree. Now, that's important to understand because it's not just your 7 levels in depth, but it's 7 generations. Now, let's say, for example, a generation is actually at the bronze level. So when someone achieves bronze, that's down till the next level of bronze is the first generation. But let me just explain here. So for the check match, when you're bronze, you get paid the first generation. When you're silver, you'll get paid 2 generations of this check match commission. Gold is 3, and so on and so forth, until triple diamond, you are paid 7 generations on this. So let's take a little closer look at this, how this actually works. So let's say that you're a silver level associate and you've sponsored, let's say we've got in these first 4 levels, we've got Ann, John, Dave, and Sarah. And let's say Sarah is a bronze level associate. That would actually count as your first generation. So all of these people in between are not levels, but that would count as, like I said, it's the first generation. So under that, we've got Kara, Frank, Sue, and that would be the second generation. Let's see. And you can see right down till Hassan is the bronze level in the second generation. So as a silver, you're going to actually get a percentage of what all those people do at those various levels. So it's not just the first and the second person, but it's the first and second generation down to bronze level or above. That's pretty cool. And let's see. So the check match is a percentage of the team commissions up to 7 generations in depth. Now, as I mentioned, ASEA pays out 50% of the global sales. Whoop, hang on. Sorry, I need to go back a slide. Okay, there we are. I got clicker happy here. Okay, ASEA pays 50% of the global sales, and what we've talked about is how they pay so far in these areas: the retail, preferred customer, and so forth. Check match, team commissions, and executive momentum pool. That all is part of the 50%. Now, there's a remaining difference. Let's see, that will actually go into the check match amount. So let's see, I think from the check match, I'm getting ahead of myself just a little bit, excuse me. So check match payments, the average would be about $500 a week and $20,000 a week for the top earners. So that's pretty cool. Oops, I'm hitting the same slide again. All right, a little bit about check match. You have to be paid at the rank each week to enjoy the check match. This is a function of leadership. When you help your team to earn, you earn. So that's beautiful, actually. There's absolutely no cap on check match. This will, over time, actually be your biggest part of your commissions, which is pretty exciting as you're growing. All right, next thing is global team pool, or the global diamond pool. Now, what the global diamond pool is actually, I need to update this slide. It's 3% of the global sales, and at the diamond level, there's all sorts of little perks and bonuses that make it so exciting. Trust me, running for diamond is a smart thing to do. Along the journey, you'll be able to attend things like Ascent, the Diamond Summit when you achieve Diamond, Envision Base Camp, but also they'll send you additional rewards and incentives too. So all these are pretty cool promotions and programs that you can participate in. And you can learn more about those just in your library, in your back office. But what we're talking about now is the legacy building income part, check match and the diamond pool. And so let's see, actually, you know what? So just let me summarize the diamond pool. It is, like I said, it's 3% of the global sales that is paid by a percentage. I'm not going to go into the details of the diamond pool bonus right now, but it's generous. It's wonderful how the company compensates us as leaders and wants to compensate you to be a leader to build a diamond distributorship as well. So definitely we'll wrap up on those 8 ways that we get paid. And I'd like to thank you for joining me on this compensation plan training. So let me just stop the share if I can, and I'll just pause this recording. And if any of you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those.